Mystery Agti Blind Frog Ranch beneath the shifting dunes and beneath the cracked, sun-scorched earth of Blind Frog Ranch, something ancient waited. The wind whispered of buried fortunes. The sky, a canvas of searing blue, offered no clues, and the land seemed silent, except for the occasional scuttle of a creature unseen, the hiss of sand sliding over stone. They came in the early dawn, the team of explorers, geologists, archaeologists, treasure hunters, all drawn by the promise of one phrase: Aztec black gold. No maps showed where exactly it lay. No speech had directed them. The whisper had spread in fragments, half-told tales, rumors of obsidian veins so pure they gleamed like mirror glass, veins laced with something rarer. Gold, not in the metal itself, but in the way the darkness embraced light. A paradox forged centuries ago, lost in the ruinous passage of time, locked beneath earth and myth. Blind Frog Ranch was a place of quiet desolation, flatlands, sharp mesas, rocky outcroppings, and dry gullies carved by winds. The ranch is named for rare amphibians believed to be blind, adapted to near-perpetual dusk underground. They stir in caves, glide in muddy hollows. The people who spoke of the ranch before dismissed it as barren. Yet beneath its surface lay riddles. The team set up camp near a fissure in Red Rock, where twilight shadows plunged deep. They brought instruments, ground-penetrating radar, sensors for metallic anomalies, picks, brushes, tops. Outside the tent flaps, the stars showed with brazen clarity. No speech is necessary for wonder. On the second day, one of the sensors signaled a strong reflection 50 feet down. They dug. The soil was granular, thin, mixed with reddish clay. After peeling back layers, shards of black stone appeared, smooth, sharp, glossy. Obsidian, pure but different. There was a faint sheen, golden threads like lute strings, shimmering when light struck at a certain angle. The team paused. Their breaths held. They pried them free. Some were small chips, others larger slabs. The edges were serrated, materials cold and glassy. When they washed off centuries of dust, the golden filaments revealed themselves as delicate veins, twisting in fractals, interwoven with black glass. No speech. Only the rustle of hands, the soft echoes of stone on stone, the subtle gasps. The sun climbed overhead, glinting gold. The black surface reflected shapes: sky, clouds, bones of mesas. The lead archaeologist knelt and brushed debris from a larger slab. On its surface, faint carvings emerged: spirals, lines, glyphs reminiscent of Aztec iconography. A stylized jaguar, a sunburst motif, serpents. Symbols of life, death, duality. A single glyph in the center, a stylized all-in, the symbol of motion, of earthquakes and change, surrounded by concentric circles. That glyph meant movement. It whispered that what lay beneath was alive, or once was. The black gold obsidian was not simply ornament, it told story. Further excavation revealed a chamber, natural but shaped by hands. Cavern walls slick with obsidian, veins of blackness interrupted by gold that seemed to flow, molten frozen. In niches, artifacts, knives of obsidian with handles decorated with gold plating, beads carved from stone and shell, pendants showing the sun's face stylized as war god, sun god. They found bowls, shallow and round, lined with obsidian mirror surfaces. In one, a golden dust settled like pollen. It was fine, earthy, metallic. They scooped it. It smelt faintly mineral, iron, gold. They pressed it between fingers, gritty yet soft in parts. It was gold, but not entirely, mixed with something else. Maybe some other mineral that gave it its color, its unique sheen. Local rock samples showed traces of magnetite, vanadium, something exotic, something that gave the gold a deep luster, almost blackened where thin, golden ware pooled. The chamber walls, etched glyphs spoke of creation. The four directions, the sun's journey across sky, gods of rain and sun, of death. The Aztecs believed that creation had been reshaped 4 times. Each era ended, each became myth. Black gold represented duality, death and life, darkness and light, destruction and rebirth. They paused at a carving near the ceiling of the chamber, the figure of Tezcatlipoca, his obsidian mirror face, the god who sees in darkness, who rules crossroads, jaguars, war. He is the god who commands the night's reflection. The obsidian, dark yet reflective, perhaps the mirror he carried. Gold, the sun's blood. Here, they had joined. The team lit lanterns. Shadows leaked across walls. Cavern's breath echoed. No speech. Only the drip of water somewhere far, the shifting of rock. They sensed something, ancient power. The stones themselves seemed aware. In one corner, a stair descended. Layers of stone steps, one but intact, into deeper darkness. The air grew cooler. They followed. The passage curved, then opened into a crypt, sarcophagi of stone, lids sealed by black gold inlays. Unopened, carved with glyphs. Birth, death, return. They lifted lids. Inside, skeletal remains of unknown individuals, heads adorned with crown pieces made of gold engraved with obsidian inlay. Necklaces of obsidian beads. The skulls had gold plates over teeth, indicating ritual significance. The offerings, pottery shards, feathers, jade bits, bright green in the dim light. A ribcage still held dust that glowed faintly gold under lantern's flame. The watchers stood motionless. Here was the intersection: human life, ritual, art, metallurgy, faith. Outside, a storm gathered overhead in the sky. The heat settled. Old deserts know how to wait. Sand stirred. The wind sharpened. The explorers packed fragile finds. They had to be careful. No speech, but gestures, nods, cautious steps. Then, something unexpected. Tremor. The ground trembled. Cracks opened in the chamber. Wall fragments loosened. Obsidian shards rattled. Golden veins glinted in fractures. The glyph of Olin, the symbol of movement, seemed to pulse in resonance with the earth. The cracks widened. Water, slow at first, then rushing, seeped in cracks, gushing from fissures. Mud, earth, silt. Light dimmed. Horror. They realized the chamber was balancing on geological fault. Their intrusion had disturbed something. The earth was responding. They fled upward. Stones tumbled. Obsidian shattered with sharp, crystalline voices. The golden veins flaked. The carvings crumbled, half swallowed by dust. Above sunlight. Blinding. They gasped. Outside, the storm broke. Sheets of rain beat down. Thundering booms of thunder overhead. Lightning-clawed sky. In the dark, over blackened clouds, bolts illuminated mesas, the fissure, the excavated space, now collapsing. They ran for cover under the ledge of red rock. In that moment, with rain, dirt, and lightning, the Aztec black gold seemed alive, not just as artifact, but as force. A reminder that some mysteries of the earth are dangerous to unearth. When the skies cleared, dawn broke in pale light. The land looked unchanged, as if no discovery had been made. But in their hands they carried pieces: a small mirror slab with golden veins, a pendant, a skull mask fragment, one pottery bowl. Each artifact whispered the story of that chamber, of worship, of the union of dark and light, of gods and humans entwined with earth. At the edge of their camp, a local guide, silent until now, took the mirror slab. Under its surface, she traced the jaguar, the Alling glyph, her eyes closed. Perhaps she understood that this was not treasure for display, not gold to be sold. It was a relic to be guarded, a story unbroken. No speech yet, only gesture. She raised the mirror slab to the rising sun. The golden veins fled. Light flirted with darkness. A ray struck the obsidian, refracted, multiplied. The gold glow caught in her palm. The explorers gathered. They nodded. Decisions made without words. Preservation. Documentation. Respect. The chamber would be mapped, but left in place. The artifacts, those small enough, would be studied, but the land's secret kept intact. Blind Frog Ranch would guard its mystery. In the following days, they mapped the fissure. They took soil samples. They measured the veins. They set up protective supports. They recorded the glyphs, made sketches, photographs. They catalogued, but speech stayed low. They felt awe, and as they prepared to leave, a final discovery. In the desert soil outside, they noticed little black pebbles, obsidian chips, scattered far from the chamber. Each bore the same golden veins, though faint. Surely these were fragments of ceremonial debris, offerings cast out, or perhaps erosion's hand over centuries. Either way, the land itself was writing its story, letting the world see what it chose. They gathered a small handful and buried the rest where found. As they turned away, the land seemed to settle, as though exhaling. The mesas stood grand, silent guardians once more. The Blind Frog Ranch, dawned anew, still held its secret. Back at the edge of the mesa, the sun climbed high. Light warmed the skin. The artifacts lay protected. The mirror slab caught light, and glowed dark glass with golden fire. In that light, the story was whole. Aztec black gold. More than artifact, it was myth-made material. More than discovery, a reminder, some mysteries should be known, yet never fully spoken. Some gold so deep belongs to the earth, and in silence lies respect. They left with hearts heavy but full, and in that leaving, the land regained its quiet. The Blind Frog Ranch claimed its mystery back, cradled in black gold, in golden blackness, waiting for next dawn, next seeker, next silent uncovering.